Hey everyone, Pessmore here, and welcome to Trials of Innocence. Whew, while the situation is somewhat eased, I'm still sweating buckets. Can I see? What? Although I've always known that one day I would confront Sis in court, ever since I decided to become a lawyer, I never expected this day would come so soon, and that it would be in Annie's case. I didn't even expect Annie to get a case. Though in hindsight I should have. Sis Luna! Annie, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? I couldn't help it. I'm fine. It's just that I feel really ashamed. Of what? I'm the suspect, but I can't even say a word in defense. It's not your fault. Especially facing something like this. If it were me, maybe I wouldn't do any better. Is that foreshadowing? After going through the trial just now, have you remembered anything? I see. If I could recall even a tiny image or sound, it wouldn't have made things so hard for you. But when I try to recall, I feel very scared. What if it really was me who killed Grandpa? No. Even if the police throw me 10,000 pieces of evidence, I won't believe you did it. That sounds kinda delulu, don't you think? Like, 1, sure. 10, maybe. 100, huh? Why is it even that many? 1,000? That's already undeniable. 10,000? 10,000? Is that even possible? Yeah, I know hyperbole, but still. I'm just saying. Now you know how the prosecutor feels. Besides, I managed to find a few flaws in all those so-called decisive evidence and witnesses, right? Give me some more time, and everything will be alright. Alright. Though I talked big, the current situation isn't exactly optimistic. So far, I'm still in a passive situation. Questioning Nabuki is my only chance to turn the tables. Yes, I must uncover the real reason she went to the scene that she avoided mentioning yesterday. By the way, there's something I just don't understand at all. Your grandpa, the village chief, was he seriously ill and rarely went out for these past few years? Yeah, Grandpa has been sick for many years. Even when he was in good health, he hardly left the village. Did he frequently use the internet or make phone calls to the outside world? Grandpa doesn't even know how to use those things. We don't even have a phone. Just as I expected. No matter how I think about it, there's absolutely no connection between the village chief and Sky Shield. For now. He didn't have any chance of contacting any member of Sky Shield. What does this card mean? I can't wrap my head around it. 2 minutes left before the court session begins. Defendant and defense attorney, prepare for battle. It's time. I'll go ahead. Sis Luna, please, do your best. I'll do everything I can to try to remember something. Yeah, Don't worry, I'm here for you. I can hardly imagine how much trouble, pressure and pain Annie is currently bearing. Apart from Annie, I'm also worried about Sky Shield. The warning letter and the threatening letter with the same mark surfaced at the same time. Anyone could tell that this isn't a coincidence. I have a feeling inside my bones. Wait, wrong one. I have a feeling this case may take an unpredictable turn. Yeah, and that's gonna cost me 2 additional hours. Although my goal is to become an independent lawyer, it's not a wise choice to show strength at times like these. Chief, please, come back soon. Yeah, don't die, man. Please. There was something at the evidence room and you were there. Right? Alright, court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Annie Lemon. Prosecutor Ray, how are we doing with the witness? The procedures for Nabuki's appearance have been arranged, but she's expected to take another half hour to arrive at the court. Before that, the prosecution has decided to call another witness to testify. The fucking rich guy. The rich guy. Who is this witness? Yes, I knew it. Please welcome Cash McCon, the owner of the Foxtail Mine Park, to testify in court. So it's Mr. McCon. Wow, who could have seen that coming? Bitch. Oh, so this is what the courtroom looks like, huh? The decorations are quite nice. Witness, please stand solemnly and refrain from looking around the courtroom. Oh, hey, the hammer you got there looks pretty cool. How much? I'll buy it. Huh? How about 30 grand? It looked great on my desk. I can bang on it whenever I want. Looks all important. The 30 grand? The gavel is public property. It's not for sale. Pity. Mr. McCon, we didn't call you here to buy souvenirs. What? Not for that after all? What? You really did come to buy souvenirs, huh? Anyways, witness, please state your name and occupation. Well, I'm Cash McCon. I'm an investor and CEO, and I own the Foxtail Mine Park. Your name and status are a perfect match. Oh, come on. Perfect is a bit much. You're flattering me. Yeah. You know, when I see the word or hear the word perfect, I can only think of one thing. Someone iconic. And kind of freaky, if you think about it. From anime, of course. You're either perfect, or you're not me. Okay, he didn't say that canonically. Actually, everything is canon. He said it canonically. In a way. Don't take things out of context. Witness, since you're the owner of the crime scene, you must have witnessed the incident, right? That makes literally no sense. I didn't see it myself, but I've heard a bit about it. The witness not only owns the Foxtail Mine Park, but also built it. When it comes to the crime scene, he knows more than anyone else here. His testimony certainly carries some weight. makes sense. Witness, please testify about what you saw on the day of the incident. No problem. I plan to go to the mine to check up on the equipment. That's because some big shot was gonna visit, so I wanna watch that guy. Around 7:20, I suppose I was behind a pine tree, figuring I'd wait for her there. The first person showing up was a young guy carrying a big green thing. Maybe it was a repairman my wife called? Then an old hunched back geezer came, wobbling his way through the pit too. At 8 p.m., At 8 o'clock, the repairman came out, but the big green thing was gone. Then about 40 minutes later, a tall guy came striding forward. I waited for ages as I didn't see the so-called big star, so I ended up nodding off against the tree. I probably dozed off until 9:15 o'clock, and then figured no one was coming, so I went back to the office for a nap. Typical rich CEOs. Doing so little work, yet getting so much pay. We need Mario's brother here. Wait, your actions were voyeurism? That's a crime! What is voyeurism? Great, now I have to check. Okay, voyeurism. Because it's a dumb thing, I would prefer to use this. Okay. I forgot how to spell voyeurism. Whatever. Tourism, yes. Oh, voyeurism. The practice of Okay, never mind. I was gonna show you guys, but yeah. No, I'm not gonna do that. No. I'm not gonna. Okay. Hey, don't go pinning the blame on me so fast. I was just watching from outside, alright? And besides, the goodness that a big shot can bring are massive. Like they say, no business is without deceit. That's not a good phrase, but not inaccurate, I guess. And how come you didn't seem to see the person I was expecting? I have a bad feeling about this. Regardless of the motive, the witness happened to see everyone entering and leaving the mine during that time. That's true, but why did you have to hide behind a tree? Come on, a big shot must have a crew of bodyguards. If I rushed up to her, what if they thought I was just some random nobody and tossed us out? You really think of everything. Also, I hardly watch TV, so I don't know much about stars. If I just run off and wrong someone, how embarrassing would that be, right? So you don't even know what she looks like, but dare to ask her for help with publicity? You were looking out for a person you didn't know what he looked like? What she looked like? Okay. Do you even know her name? The first shift starts at 7:30 a.m., and the witness began monitoring before that. So no one could have approached the cage without you noticing. Is that correct? Of course. If someone slipped past me, that would have been something. But why didn't he mention Miss Nabuki in his testimony at all? If he was there the whole time, then he should have seen her, right? Because he doesn't know what she looks like. because he's an idiot. Ahem. If there are no further questions, defense, please begin your questioning. Yes. Oh.
Hold it!
So you mentioned some big shot. What do you mean Mr. Buki? Yeah. Do you know why she borrowed your mine? Can't tell you that. Why? Do you know something? Eh? I signed a confidentiality agreement with her agent. If I break the promise, who would dare to do business with me? Okay, fair enough. I can't prove it has anything to do with the case. Continuing to ask him might be pointless.
Hold it!
Gone? How could something that big just disappear? God knows. It must have been used up during the repair. It's not a can of paint. You can't just say it's used up like that. So what's the condition of the repairman when coming out? Seemed really in a hurry. Way faster than when going in, but why's that? Could it be because the big green thing was gone? Ah, right. Why didn't I think of it? There are times when I can be helpful. Not bad. But it's completely useless for the case. How do you know?
Hold it!
Even though she borrowed your mine, you never actually met her. Yeah, it's all through her agent. I haven't even caught a glimpse of the star herself. It was her agent who contacted you? So it wasn't you who invited her? Of course not. In my many years of the business world, I've really banked on real skills. Only companies with no real skills will throw money at big shots. Then why did you wait for her behind the tree? That's different. This time the star came to me. I didn't hire her. And now after what happened, if she helps with publicity, my reputation can still hold up. I can't wrap my head around his reasoning. I guess I'm really not cut out for business. You're cut out for lawyering. Did you know the specific time Miss Nabuki arrived at the mine? Why did you wait for her so early? Exact time? Hell if I know. But my cage opens at 7:30 and she had the place booked for the morning. So as long as I waited before the mine opened, I'd catch her for sure. Such a patient man. Of course, you can't make big money if you're impatient. But wasn't your original plan to check on the equipment? Is it okay to waste time there? Well, sure. Checking the equipment is important, but getting a celebrity to promote the bark? That's big too. Not a bad deal, huh? Is that my imagination? He seemed to stutter a bit when we got to the point. By the way, I didn't expect so many people heading to my mine early in the morning.
Hold it!
A tall guy? Was he holding a camera? Yeah, how'd you know? Ahaha, that guy just testified in court. He's a photographer who was scouting at your park. A photographer? Him? Really? Any problem? Well, his camera doesn't seem top-notch. Probably not worth more than 30 grand. I figured photographers would be packing pricier gear. How much? 30 grand. What? I haven't even counted the lens. Rich. Out of touch. Billionaires. Urgh, they make me irrationally angry. I sound like a enraged liberal. I don't even know what that word means, by the way. What's a liberal? I don't know. I don't need to know. Anyways, I bought it as a toy. Gotta splurge on something nice to treat yourself, huh? I've heard that photography can empty your wallet. Glad I've never been into it. Well, so can gaming. And motorbikes. Which I do both of. Kind of. I don't know. I don't think a scooter is counted as a motorbike. Highway legal, yes. But not a bike, exactly. The witness's testimony aligns with Alex Song's actions. There's no issue with that. Indeed, the timing matches perfectly.
Hold it!
So, what's wrong? Why the sudden stuttering? Your statement contains lots of information. Can you elaborate? Sure, I could be more detailed, but which part? Well... Would you tell me exactly what was the green thing you mentioned? It was like, way far off. I couldn't see it clearly. All I know is that it looked kinda rectangular. Don't know what it is exactly, but it looked kinda nice. So it was pretty big. That's what she said. Otherwise, maybe I could buy it for decoration at home. You dare to buy something without even knowing what it is? A lot of people tend to do that. You said it was big. So how big exactly? Didn't measure it, but just eyeballing it, I'd say about 2 meters long and 1.5 meters high. Huh, that's pretty bulky. What about its thickness? Heh 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 heh. I don't have X-ray vision. How the hell would I know? True. I still can't figure out what it is, since it's large in volume. It must be heavy, right? Yeah, ask something else.
Hold it!
Why do you think it was a repairman? Was that person wearing a uniform? No, my wife often calls repairman to maintain the equipment. She doesn't need to tell me about it. I think that was a repairman because of the strength. Strength? That guy was carrying such a big thing, yet could walk so quickly. Definitely someone who earns a living with labor. Was there anything broken in your mine? Actually, yeah. A telescopic platform in the working section. It was broken lately, so I guess that guy was to fix it? I saw the telescopic platform yesterday. Plum tried to pull it out for ages. Turns out it was broken. Seems like there's no way to delve deeper into the topic. Yeah, ask something else.
Hold it!
Can you describe the young guy carrying the green thing in detail? Man, this got me all puzzled. Plus, I was way too far from the person. Ever since I got married, I haven't even given another woman a second glance. Are you talking to me about with your eyes closed? Maybe. Hold it! The young guy's actually a woman? Yeah. Does it matter if it's a man or woman? Kind of. In this case, anyway. Because you said the person was a repairman. I just assumed it was a man. You're... Okay, whatever. So is the young woman you saw the defendant over there? Huh? No, not her. The sizes are way off. The girl over there couldn't handle heavy stuff. She's not the defendant. Could you describe her features? I haven't had much schooling, but if you insist, I can only say she's definitely a woman. I'm speechless. Defense, why are you concerned about the woman's identity? Because among the people Mr. McCon witnessed, Only this person's information is quite vague. And considering the timing of her entering the mine, it's possible she has some connection to the case.
Objection!
The witness obviously can't recall any details of the person. It's just a waste of time to keep asking. I know it. Witness, do you have a way to confirm her identity? Like drawing her? I've never been good at art, but sure, I can try. Well, let's forget about it. As for the other ways, let me think. Can't remember what that person looks like. Maybe I'll recognize her when I see her?
Hold it!
So, you mentioned although you can't describe her appearance, you still have some impressions in your mind? Yeah, more or less. When I saw her, I was more focused on what she was holding. Didn't pay much attention to her face. What else can I do? Do I have anything to jog Mr. McConn's memory of the repairman? I'll be back.
Hold it!
Can you really fall asleep leaning against a tree? Yes, you can fall asleep standing up too. Of course, if you're really tired, you can fall asleep anywhere, even while walking. And while riding. It happened to someone once. To someone I know. Anyway, yeah. It happened to someone I know. He's still alive. Somehow. He was going 90 kilometers an hour and then just fell asleep, and then he was on a bike. Next thing he knew, he was in the hospital. You could be doing anything, man. Indeed. I haven't seen a prosecutor fall asleep during the trial. We all have. Is he talking about Silas? So, when did you fall asleep? Not sure, but probably before 9. So you're saying you didn't see who used the cage at 9 AM? You can say that. Did I miss any key players? According to the surveillance footage, the only person who went down the mine was Alex Song. So he didn't miss anyone. Witness, sleeping outside can easily make you sick. Don't do it again. Thanks for your concern, Your Honor.
Hold it!
Is he the victim of the case, Graham Lemon? I wasn't really paying attention then, but later on, the cops showed me a photo of the victim, and I think it was him. The mine park is not good for taking a stroll, so not many old folks will come here. And hey, that old man's clothes were pretty unique, so he really stuck in my memory. Huh. Yes, the village chief's outfit really stands out in the city. So the victim was alive up until 7 AM on the day of the incident. Could it be that someone No, there are no signs that the victim's clothes were changed, and the surveillance footage of the cage couldn't have been faked. This isn't even giving an inch. So does that mean the victim took the first cage at 7:30 to go down and then was murdered in the mine? Based on the information we have, yeah, that's the only possibility.
Hold it!
Why did you feel like no one was coming? Wasn't it still early? Early for you, but late for me. If I can't head down the mine before 10 PM, I'm gonna finish checking on the equipment. Then why did you go back to sleep? Why not? Running a business is tough, so getting good rest is crucial. Are you really the boss of the mine? Let me confirm. You didn't meet the big star at the end. Yeah? I figured I'd use my break to check out the working section, maybe even bump into her. But when I woke up, the cop showed up, and that's when I knew something happened down in the mine. Do you remember the exact time when the police arrived? Maybe before 10? Some lady called said there was a murder down in the mine and asked me to take him down. So I manually operated the cage and took them down. Are you the only one who can manually operate the cage? Yes, I'm the only one with the keycard. Never gave it to anyone else. The police have confirmed that this type of keycard cannot be duplicated. On the day of the incident, the camera of the cage was intact, so no one could have entered the mine without being monitored. That's so flawless that I have no idea how to proceed with questioning. Although the witness speaks in a casual manner, his testimony is indeed meticulous. Thanks, but really, you can't be too careful in business. Profits can slip away in a second. Your testimony is detailed indeed, but it would have been better if you hadn't fallen asleep at the time. Sorry, I'm not the god of wealth. After all, I can't expect every business to turn into a profit. Is this the merchant's vision of to err is human? What? I don't think there is any contradiction to Mr. McConn's testimony. For now, I better focus on gathering info. The people entering and exiting the mine and their conditions might be some important clues. Oh.
That's it.
Witness, is this the young woman you saw? Let me see. Yeah, that's the one. I remember now. What magazine is this? It's the latest Entertainment Today, the most authoritative magazine in showbiz, I suppose. I have no idea about showbiz. Who is the person on the cover? She's the popular star we mentioned several times, Nabuki. That's Nabuki? Yes. Order. Are you serious? The strong repairman you saw turns out to be a talented singer and dancer? Yes. I don't get it either, but that's definitely the person I saw that morning. Defense, what do you think? I'm also a bit surprised by her appearance. But since Mr. McCon has witnessed her entering and exiting the mine, it's even more necessary to have her testify in court. Makes sense. Prosecutor Ray, has Nabuki arrived? She arrived just now. She's waiting in the lounge to be summoned. Before we bring her up, I have one more question for Mr. McCon. Just spit it out already. Is it possible for someone to stay overnight in your mine? We always check the mine before closing to make sure no one's left behind. The oxygen supply is shut off at night. If someone stays there, they could die. So no one can enter the mine before the cage operates at 7:30 a.m.? Absolutely not. Okay, I'm done with my questions. Fine, if there's nothing else, I'll head back to the park and deal with the mess. You guys can take your time. Bye. Although Mr. McCon seems unrelated to the case, his testimony has provided us with new info and new questions. Your Honor, the witness's schedule is tight. Can we proceed? Oh yes, please, bring her in. The climax of today is probably ahead. We present Miss Nabuki, the interpreter of the beauty of strength and artist of the grasslands, to testify. There are even more people than I imagined. Ooh. Nabuki wishes everyone in the court good health and happiness. May there be abundant water and lush grass. May cattle and sheep thrive. Dire Cyan Bainu. Did I say that right? Whoa, it was really Nabuki. I never thought I'd see her so close in my life. Nice. She seems not wearing any makeup, yet so beautiful. She just greeted us in Mongolian. I think it means hello. Hooray! Yeah, gossip, whisper, whatever. Thank you all for your support for the indigenous song and dance, but I apologize for not being able to showcase my skills in return. This is not a stage after all. Huh, what's this audience? Her attitude is completely different from yesterday. Your Honor, shouldn't you maintain order? Ah, order. Order! Sorry, it's the first time I've seen a popular star in court. Even I was drawn to the scene. Witness, we know your time is tight today, but we had no choice. Let's spare the polite words. I came a long way, and it's definitely a cost of time. But considering it involves human lives, it's unreasonable not to come. So shall we get started as soon as possible? Wow, I didn't expect such a superstar to be so straightforward and down to earth. I think I'm becoming a fan. Yeah. Order! Oh, I didn't expect Miss Nabuki to be so straightforward. The witness has a performance at 2 p.m. Any delay or absence would result in a breach of contract worth millions of dollars. To prevent such a situation, I propose to allow the witness to leave after a segment of testimony. Only one segment? There is no evidence to suggest that the witness is a suspect, so the court has no power to detain her against her will. The court believes Prosecutor Ray's proposal is reasonable. That's good. Thank you. I have so many questions for her, but now there's only one segment to the testimony. I can't waste time on irrelevant info. Defense? The witness is summoned at your request. What do you want her to testify about? Something about her meeting with the victim? No, I already learned that during the investigation, and there's nothing noteworthy. First, I'd like to ask Miss Nabuki if she's seen the person sitting in the defendant's seat. Huh? I've only seen her in the photo shown by the police. I told you yesterday. I went down to the mine with the old man, and I didn't see the girl. Just as I thought. Let's put this question aside for now. I need to focus on breaking through Nabuki first. Let's not dwell on the defendant for now. What I really want to know is your actions in the mine, Miss Nabuki. Oh boy. She's getting sussy. Or of you. Sus of you. I don't know. Suspicious of you. And as a star, why did you go down to the mine in the first place? Miss Lawyer, I already told you during the investigation that it has nothing to do with the case. I know, but now the case has become complicated, and I can't tolerate any concealment anymore. Whether everything you experienced is related to the case or not, let's clarify it right here, right now. You come prepared, huh? Fine, I'll cooperate. Oh, this song. woke up early on the day of the incident and took the cage down to the mine around 7:30 a.m. At the time of the As for the purpose, it was to find my original intention. It was to find my original intention? Oh. What? To spend some time alone in a peaceful and natural place. Wait, what? There was an old man who went down with me. I didn't expect that he would. I hope he can rest in peace. After getting out of the cage, he went straight to the right. As for me, I went to the working section. To be honest, I felt a bit embarrassed. The iron bars that were a bit loose. I broke one by accident. Why? Okay, let me see the map. Shelter cage, straight right. I don't get it. I listened to some music in the working section for a while, and then I felt that something was wrong, so I left. The police found the broken iron bar at the scene, and were puzzled for a while. So this is what happened. I forgot it because it was so easy for me. Don't worry, I will compensate the mine owner accordingly. Damn, I have to look downwards. Accordingly. Wait, where am I? Oh shit. Okay. No, okay. I forgot which button was to do the Steam screenshot. Whatever, not important. I got this all on recording. It's on the internet forever, unfortunately. Okay, the iron bar is at least 4 cm thick and you just casually broke it. Why use the word casually? I said it was an accident. That's even worse. Honestly, why are the things used by city people so fragile? They are nothing compared to the things in our grasslands. With your strength, even the strongest man on the grassland is not your opponent. Why does this suddenly become serious? Witness, how do you usually exercise? In order to dance well, I have a reasonable exercise routine and diet. Can we talk about that after the trial? If she's not arrested. So she wants to know the secret of improving strength. It's okay if you want to know now. It's okay if you want to know. Ahem, thank you. Let's focus on your testimony for now. Defense, are you ready? Ibuki's testimony clears herself completely. I don't believe that nonsense about finding an original intention. Yes, I have many questions for the witness. Alright, since the witness has limited time, I hope you won't keep asking irrelevant questions. Does that mean if I dwell on meaningless info, I'll be punished? So please, go ahead. when did you wake up to catch the 7:30 shift? I woke up at 6 and left at 6:30. It wasn't any earlier than usual. If I don't leave at that time, I'll be surrounded by paparazzi. The whole day will be ruined. It's really not easy to be a celebrity, huh? It's okay. I'm used to it. Should I ask her more details about her experience in the morning? Since you arrived at the park before 7:30, the person Mr. McCon... Phone. Since you arrived at the park before 7:30, the person Mr. McCon saw was you, right? I didn't meet Mr. McCon you mentioned, but when I passed by the entrance of the park, I did sense someone was watching me. Is that the celebrity sixth sense? It's really sharp. Well, it's not a big deal. I've always been cautious because of the paparazzi.
Hold it!
Straight to the right? That means he went to the abandoned area? So there was an abandoned area over there? So you don't know about that, huh? It's a large area unattended. Pitch black. I see. If I had known that, I would have chosen that area instead. Why is it better? Should I ask for more details? Did you completely not notice the abandoned area when you entered the mine? Well, sort of. I discovered that place on my way back. I glanced at the wired fence, but didn't go inside. Now, thinking back, if I had gone in for a look, maybe I would have stumbled upon the killer. That can't be a coincidence. That can't be coincidental. And if you really ran into the killer, wouldn't it be dangerous? Okay. Why? The killer doesn't have a gun. If it's just an ordinary strongman, I can handle 7 or 8 of them easily. In a fight, right? Right? Are you serious? Before the witness debuted, she won several championships in wrestling competitions at the Naadam Festival in Inner Mongolia. An ordinary villain wouldn't stand a chance against her. Since Annie isn't available right now, I'll have to take notes myself. The second person we can't afford to offend, Nabuki. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna call her a doo-doo face. In her face. I mean, what? Find your original intention? Any problem? While participating in talent shows is important, an artist's pursuit should not end there. Okay, I gotta cover that, okay. I want to create more popular works. Just thinking is not enough. I must keep my passion for singing and dancing. She suddenly started talking about deep ideas. Should I ask for... Yeah, sure, why not? What do you mean by that? My family can be considered descendants of a nomadic ethnic group, so I learned to sing and dance from an elderly shepherdess. She told me that the urban noise is the music's nemesis, and serene natural places are the cradle of art. What does that have to do with the mine? Although the mine is a man-made place, I can smell the fragrance of the earth and feel the refreshing breeze of nature. She likes to flex a lot. Wait, where am I? In the bustling city, it's indeed a rare and precious place. Isn't there only coal dust and the smell of sweat under the mine? Her reason seems far-fetched. Defense, is this question related to the case? No? Oh shit, no. Oops. Why did I ask these utterly useless details? Ah, whatever, I'll take it.
Hold it!
Leaving aside the fact that you broke the iron bar, generally speaking, when we see a fence, the first reaction is no entry. Right? When did you go in? I borrowed this place and signed the agreement. Even if there was an alloy armored door, I have the right to enter, right? Can you even break something like that? Yes. Can you tell me your measurements? What's this about? Harassment? Oh boy. No! I just noticed the gaps in the fence were very wide. With your physique, you don't need to break the iron bar to enter the working section, right? Can you not say break? I just lightly touched it, and it broke. What kind of strength is? What form of power is this? Are you a demon? Defense, how long are you going to dwell on this question? I think the witness might have had a reason to touch the bar. What do you mean by that? From what I can tell, the reason might be... Ah, she was carrying something. Oh wait, hold on, what were the other choices? I picked the autosave, didn't I? Okay. She felt the urge. Because you felt the urge. When you noticed the iron bar was about to break, you just couldn't resist touching it and broke. And it broke. That makes sense. It's like when I see a loose thread on a sweater and I can't resist pulling it. What do you mean? You mean I'm some kind of vandal? Yeah? Defense, please open your skull and think about it. Even if she broke the iron bar out of curiosity, so what? Can I still live if I open my skull? As long as you put it back. Together, you know? But Sis is right. If breaking the iron bar was just an unconscious act, this information becomes meaningless. Because you were carrying something with you, and it's something pretty heavy. How do you know? Mr. McCon mentioned earlier that you were carrying a big green thing when you entered the mine, right? Obviously carrying such a large object would prevent you from easily passing through the fence, right? You even noticed that. It's true that I was carrying something, but I didn't intend to break the fence. I got stuck when I was going through, so I took it off. Why does it sound so easy? I'm sure everyone in the court is curious about what you were carrying. Is it really that important? Yeah! I've been dying to know for ages. What is it? Ahem. Even Sis. Even Prosecutor Ray's a bit curious. So spill the beans. Alright, I'll just add one more statement to my testimony. I had a small green table with me. Just wanting to chill in for a while and have some snacks.
Hold it!
A small table? Wait, Mr. McCon mentioned it was at least 2 meters long and a meter high, right? So what? Is that considered something big? Yeah? Why did you bring a table into the mine? How does it chill for a bit and have some snacks? It doesn't make sense. That sounds like something you would do. What do you mean? Also, when you left the mine, you didn't take it with you. Yeah, I was in a rush and didn't want to carry it, so I just tossed it away. Tossed it away? Where? There's a deep pit in the working section, so I threw it down there. A pit in the working section? Is she referring to the area near the ore buckets? Anyways, there's not something valuable. I could just buy another one later. I don't know whether it's valuable or not, but I know it must be very heavy. But did she really carry a table? Better take a closer look at the evidence.
Hold it!
Have you seen the victim before? Of course not. He looked like the type who never left his home. How can we have any connection? You're correct. Did you have any interaction with the victim in the cage? No, why would I? Did you pay attention to his appearance? Why would I? Didn't he recognize you during the whole time? No? Do you think he looks like someone who followed entertainment shows? Or do you keep making me repeat myself? Defense, are you trying to buy time by asking these well-known facts? Okay, yeah.
Hold it!
Straight to the right? That means that he went to the abandoned area, right? Oh. Did you? Wait, did I already do this? Oh, I did. Oops.
Hold it!
Listening to some music? What device did you use? A tiny music player clipped to my collar and tiny earphones. I'm still wearing them now. Huh, that's really portable. I feel like I should recommend this device to someone. What, Charles? Or Charlie? Back to the point. You just said something felt wrong. Can you tell us exactly what it was? Nothing serious, just a sense of ominousness. She's just talking for the sake of talking. Miss Nabuki, I need you to answer my question seriously and directly. On the vast grassland, riding my steed so grand, through wind and rain, united we stand. She's playing dumb, or she is dumb, I don't know, maybe both. Why are you suddenly singing? It just felt like it. Don't try to get by with singing. If there really is something sussy at the crime scene that you noticed, please tell us. Do you really want to know? Yeah? Well, the reason why I haven't said anything is because I'm not quite sure whether what I saw was accurate. But if you insist, I'll add it to my testimony. I don't have an ominous feeling. I'm not sure if my eyes were blurry, but I saw someone holding a knife in the left hand walking past me from behind. Although it might have been an illusion, I still felt very uneasy, so I took the 8 o'clock cage up.
Hold it!
Let me confirm again. Could it really have been an illusion?
Objection!
The witness just saw someone with a weapon, and shortly after, a crime occurred. If there was an illusion, it's too much of a coincidence. True. I don't think someone holding a knife would harm me, but witnessing something like that would ruin my mood. So I decided to back up and leave. Yeah, indeed. She left the mine at 8. Wait a minute. When I was investigating yesterday afternoon, how did I run into you in the mine again? Don't mention it. It's all because the police insisted I return to the scene and retrace my actions for them. If it wasn't for that, I would never go there again. If it were me, I probably wouldn't want to go there either. Oh yes, thank you. After listening for a while, the witness doesn't have much to do with the case, right? Is that so? If her testimony is not valuable, should we hurry up and let her go? If we delay her performance, our court's reputation might suffer. Please wait. My questioning isn't done yet. Please let me ask again. I don't think it's necessary, but sure, go ahead. What she experienced must have gone beyond these few sentences. I must have missed something in my questioning.
Objection!
Let me double check, witness. Was what you carried into the mine a small green table? Yes. Is it important? And then you tossed it into the deep pit of the working section? That is where the ore buckets are located? That's right. What's your point? Well, that's weird. I didn't find any table during my investigation. Instead, I found another green object inside one of the ore buckets. Oh. What's this? I couldn't retrieve it during the height of the bucket, but once you see it, you'll know it's clearly fragments of a mirror. Miss Nabuki, did the table you tossed down include a whole vanity set? Witness, I don't know why you're hiding this seemingly trivial fact. What you carried into the mine should have been a huge mirror, right? On the vast grasslands, we sing out loud, singing praises to the great elders, bring us cattle and sheep. Why is she singing again?
Objection!
Defense, there should be a limit to nonsense. Is what the witness carried into the mine a mirror or a table? Is it really relevant to the murder case?
Objection!
This is not nonsense. Questioning the witness in court is to ensure they speak the truth. The witness is clearly hiding something, and I can't let her get away. On the grasslands, let our lives flourish for generations.
Objection!
And tell me why. Tell me, what is the witness hiding? Well, I think what she's hiding is the true purpose for her use of the mine. Purpose? The disorientated footprints and the mirror. So Nabuki's purpose for using the mine seems pretty clear now. Witness, stop hiding. You came to the mine I still don't know, by the way. Please take a look at this threatening letter. This card was found on the victim's body with clear details on where and when to meet. Huh. There's actually a card like this. So what? So you're the one who met him, right? Nice try, but do you have any proof? No? Besides, if the witness went down there to meet the victim, why did she carry a mirror? Maybe for grooming or something? The more you talk, the less certain you sound. I'm curious to hear what else you got. So I got it wrong? Totally wrong. Ooh, that's new. I'm so glad I chose the wrong choice. I mean, what? What's going on? I can't focus. No time for kidnapping others. That's a unique rebuttal. A court accusing a public figure improperly in front of everyone isn't good for the court. Defense, take this. Totally, I'm not even gonna like. Yeah, I deserve it, you know? You left many footprints with different depths and directions on the working section. And considering that you brought a huge mirror to the mine, obviously you went down there to rehearse dancing, right? Rehearse dancing? In the mine? That's strange. Unbearable. Unbelievable. Our lawyer's instincts are so good. Finally, she's gonna admit it. Oh. It's really annoying. I managed to find a place to practice dancing without anyone bothering me. And because of you, the media will know about it now. Order. Order. Witness, what happened exactly? Actually, my lifelong dream was not to become a famous star, but to publicize the beautiful dance and singing culture of my hometown to as many people as possible. I hate to say it, but to do that you need to be famous. Participating in talent shows was just a means to expand my influence, but I didn't expect it to bring me endless troubles. You mean media exposure? Exactly. If you haven't been chased and blocked by paparazzi, you can't imagine how terrible it is. They're like locusts, and may appear at any moment. Whether it's when I'm eating, sleeping, or rehearsing. I thought they would focus on my work, but I was wrong about that completely. Entertainment news is mostly about gossip and trivia, and most of it is not really important. It's more than gossip. Last week, a guy even asked me what I thought about land what? Desertification caused by animal husbandry. What the fuck does that even mean? Who asks these kinds of questions? Why would they ask me about that? It's just because I sang a few songs about sheep herding? Valid crash out, I guess. That journalist is really something. After being harassed by them for so long, I'm desperate to find a quiet place to refine my work. Funnily enough, I played a game called A Quiet Place. No, finally A Quiet Place. If I remember right. I think the creator of that game actually saw my gameplay. I wonder how he's doing. But they seem They seem to have many ways to enter every conventional rehearsal place. Press pause, I guess. So you found this mine to be perfect for your rehearsals? Yeah? Yes, though it's slightly dark, the soil quality is actually okay and the place is spacious, so it's good enough. So you asked your agent to contact Mr. McCon to practice here? And on the day of the incident, you took the mirror and came here to rehearse alone. Yeah, you already know what happened next, so there's no need for me to repeat it, right? Understood. I'm surprised that a popular celebrity like you has been pushed to this extent by extremist journalists. I'm quite surprised. Boring. What have you proven by wasting so much time on this unrelated topic? It gave us some new information. I hope this information won't lead you to stray even further. Defense, can we continue with the questioning? Okay. Mr. Buki was rehearsing in the mine all the time on the day of the incident. Chief once said that even the same testimony can have completely different meanings in different situations. With this new information, the meaning of a previous testimony has completely changed.
Objection!
What's wrong? Finally, after the seemingly brief yet informative testimony, I understand it now. Witness, during your time in the working section, you saw someone with a knife in its left hand walking behind you, right? She's already repeated it multiple times, and that someone could only be the defendant. No. On the contrary, it's impossible to be the defendant. What do you mean? We have already known through questioning that the real purpose she went down to the mine was to rehearse dancing. So thinking about it, how did she rehearse? The answer is simple. Of course she danced while listening to music and was observing herself in the mirror. Exactly. Mr. Buki, your attention should have been on the mirror. How could you see someone behind you? Of course, I saw it on the mirror. No, it's impossible. How is it impossible? I am so confused right now. Oh, right, yeah, because it's blocking. Wait, what? What are you discussing? I don't follow you. Your Honor, think carefully about how a mirror works. It reflects, doesn't it? Exactly. If the witness saw someone with a knife in their left hand in the mirror, then the hand holding the knife must have been the right hand. Is that so? I don't understand. Is there any difference whether it's left or right hand? Yes, the decisive difference creates a contradiction. Specifically, the evidence that contradicts someone with a knife in their right hand is...
That's it.
Prosecutor Ray, when Alex Song presented the photo of the crime scene, you issued a report. The report indicates that among all people involved in the case, only the defendant, Annie Lemon's dominant hand is the left hand. However, Miss Nabuki witnessed someone holding a knife in their right hand. It precisely suggests that the suspected murderer is impossible to be the defendant.
Objection!
Despite her left-handedness, it's common for her to use her right hand occasionally to hold objects. Your argument is weak.
Objection!
This someone isn't just wandering around the mine, but to commit a murder. How could someone possibly hold the weapon in their non-dominant hand?
Objection!
Even if that's the case, the defendant might have intentionally held the knife in the right hand to mislead the witness.
Objection!
At the time, Miss Nabuki has had her back to the murderer. Turned to the murderer. The murderer had no reason to believe that she had noticed anything. Or even if the murderer did believe that she had noticed something, would the murderer really believe that merely switching hands to hold the knife would be enough to mislead her? Indeed, if I were caught in the middle of a murder, I would undoubtedly try to silence the witness. I'm so fierce and correct. After these arguments, what exactly is your point? My point is very simple. If that someone wasn't Annie, then there's only one possibility. Besides Annie, there was another right-handed intruder at the crime scene.
Objection!
The crime scene is a mine pit over 100 meters underground. How could someone intrude it? The cage running at 7:30 was the only shift not captured by the surveillance camera. But we have confirmed there was only Nabuki and the victim on it. If there was an intruder beside them, what does that person have?
Objection!
Was the cage really the only way to the mine? The police have confirmed multiple times at the scene that there was no other way to the mine. It's time for my strongest counterattack. Your Honor, Prosecutor Ray, and esteemed audience in the courtroom, after our previous arguments, a fact that has been overlooked but is very creepy has now fully emerged. Overlooked fact? To make it easier to explain, let's take a good look at the people who entered and exited the mine on the day of the incident. First, people who arrived at the mine on the first shift, Mr. Buki and Graham Lemon. Although it wasn't captured by camera, we have Mr. Buki's testimony to confirm it. Yes, and he and I went down to the mine at exactly 7:30, with no one else on that shift. Later, Miss Nabuki spotted a potential suspect in the working section. Let's not dwell on her identity for now. Anyway, she left the mine at 8 and was captured by the surveillance camera. No one's on the 8:30 shift, and the next person to go to the mine was the photographer, Alex Song. He went down at 9 and took a photo of the crime scene. At 9:30, he and the defendant, Annie Lemon, came back up to the surface. Oh boy, how did she get down there? Does that have any questions so far? The defense's presentation is very clear. What's your purpose in doing so? You'll know soon. Another person noticing is Mr. Cash McCon, the owner of the park. Although he didn't go to the mine, he observed everyone on the necessary path to the cage. People he witnessed are completely consistent with what I stated just now. Since it's completely consistent, what needs to be discussed? What? It seems Prosecutor Ray has also noticed. After we go through it in detail, we find a fatal contradiction on the list of people entering and exiting the mine. Contradiction? What do you mean? To be precise, there's a person who should have been present, but somehow escaped Mr. McConn's and the surveillance camera's views. Specifically, the person who was a witness is...
That's it.
The person is... the defendant? That's right. The surveillance footage only shows the defendant leaving the mine. And the only shift that wasn't captured by the surveillance camera was the one with Mr. Buki and Graham Lemon. However, Mr. Buki didn't encounter the defendant. What's going on? I didn't encounter her indeed. There was nowhere for her to hide in the cage. Moreover, Cash McCon, who's been staying in the only parts of the cage, didn't see the defendant. Mr. McCon stated that it's impossible to stay overnight in the mine. However, no one mentioned when or how the defendant entered the mine that morning. Isn't it a huge contradiction? Order! Order! Defendant! Have you heard what the defense said? Can you explain it to us? I'd like to, but I really can't remember anything. Your Honor, based on the current evidence, the defendant mysteriously appeared on the ground like a ghost. We cannot convict her with this crucial fact unclear.
Objection!
The defense is clearly avoiding the issue. The unknown way of the defendant entering the mine doesn't alter the core of the case. At the time of the crime, the only person present at the scene and with suspicion of committing the crime was her. No matter how she arrived at the scene, as long as the fact hasn't changed, the defendant's guilt is indisputable.
Objection!
Have you forgotten? Someone with a knife that killed Mr. Buki earlier is clearly not the defendant. This person also has a significant suspicion for the crime.
Objection!
You can't even prove whether this person is male or female, or if they even exist. How can the court accept it? Moreover, no one saw the supposed someone. According to your argument, is this person also a ghost? Well, since his argument does make sense, this someone witnessed by Nabuki could be my major breakthrough. But the cage is the only way to enter and exit the mine, and it's been thoroughly covered by Mr. McCon, Nabuki, and the camera. Even if one of their eyewitness testimony is wrong, it's impossible for all of them to miss something. To prove the existence of another suspect, I need to find a brand new way to enter the mine. Defense, what are you thinking about? We're waiting for your response. It's not that I don't want to respond, but I have no confidence to say that there's another way. You know what? Fuck it. Your Honor? Prosecutor Ray? The defense believes that this someone and the defendant are not ghosts, because there is another way to travel between the surface and the mine besides the cage. Really? The police have turned the scene upside down. If there really was another way, wouldn't we know about it? It's a way people usually don't use because if someone insists, but if someone insists, it's doable. What is it? Besides the cage, the way to enter and exit the mine is the fucking ore buckets.
That's it.
Carriages? Specifically, it's called ore buckets, used to transport minerals from the mine to the surface.
Nonsense!
Please let me finish my sentence. It's nonsense anyway. No need to listen to the end. Eh? The prosecution just stated that the police thoroughly searched the scene. If there was any other passengers in and out of the mine, we wouldn't have missed it. But the ore buckets indeed shuttled back and forth between the service and the working section of the mine. But, firstly, the telescopic platform serving the ore buckets is broken. I completely forgot about that. The platform is broken, but is it possible to jump directly from the buckets to the ground? The horizontal distance between the buckets and the ground is 5 meters. Jumping from the shaky buckets without any run-up, even athletes or special forces can't do it, or can hardly do it. I see. That's not the most important part. The police have already conducted a thorough investigation of the ore buckets. Since this passage is used for coal transportation, there isn't any oxygen supply equipment. What? Moreover, due to years of mineral transportation, the passage is filled with various toxic and harmful gases. It takes a full 15 minutes for the buckets to descend from the surface. If anyone were to take it, they probably wouldn't have enough lives to spare. How could it? That was supposed to be my lifeline. Realizing that even your lifeline has been cut off? Looks like you played all your cards. Your Honor, how about we ask Mr. Boogie to take her leave? Makes sense. Witness, sorry for keeping you so long. It's alright. After all, I was only asked to provide one testimony as agreed. I don't know whether I helped a bit. Then I'll take my leave for now. It's been quite a challenging case, but we finally reached this point. Is the judge about to start summarizing? What should I do now? Indeed, it's been quite a struggle for the defense, especially for the rookie in the legal field. But there's nothing to discuss about in this case, right? The prosecution assertions and evidence are clear. While the defense has raised doubts, they have been debunked. Since there are no other means of descent into the mine besides the cage, I believe there are no other suspects in this case.
Objection!
If we can't determine the exact movements of the defendant, how could the case be thoroughly resolved? I understand how you feel, but the defense is concerned only with the simple fact of whether the defendant is guilty. And based on the evidence and testimonies provided by the prosecution and police, this conclusion is more than justified. Is there anything I can do? Ooh. Evidence, witnesses... No, I need to stay calm. Is there really no weapon left? If I can't think of something, Annie will... As this case involves Sky Shield, the police and the prosecution have a lot of work to do after the verdict. But those are not the concerns of this court, presiding over a murder trial. Well then, I announce the defendant in this case, Annie Lemon.
Wait a sec.
Oh my god, you're back? Well, Kept you waiting, huh? Did I miss anything important? Chief? Order! Order! Mr. Drake, what's the meaning of this?
Objection!
An unregistered outsider dares to disrupt the court proceedings? Are you looking to be disciplined? With a whip, yes. Hey, don't get so worked up. I'm here too. Oh, it's Tessa? I thought it was someone else. Okay. Oh man. Hello everyone. I'm back again. Detective Sanford? Well, well. You look quite flustered. Seems like the trial here isn't going smoothly. I saw the case summarized. You sent on the phone early this morning. Instead of just coming here to help you, I thought it'd be better to just go to the scene and investigate firsthand. So I ran into this cutie. She calls Chief Cutie? Huh. We've had some interesting new discoveries over there, so we hurried over. New discoveries? That's right. I always keep my word. If I promise something, I'll follow through. Listen, even if the evidence seems overwhelming, I won't encourage the prosecution to rush to conclusions till the last moment. I can't say I'll help you, but if there's any new evidence showing, that girl might be innocent. Okay. Has Director Sanford really fulfilled that casual promise? Detective Sanford, please explain the situation. Okay, do you remember the orb buckets in the working section? Of course, we were discussing them earlier. Due to the damaged telescopic platform, the police couldn't thoroughly examine the buckets yesterday. The chief insisted that the area was crucial and was determined to have me find a way to get close. Today, we managed to bring some equipment over and we discovered something new. Something new? What is it exactly? In simple terms, there were traces of wiped off dust on the bucket chain, connecting the buckets. I noticed it yesterday too. Does it mean? Exactly. It's what I'm suggesting. The police found a fingerprint on the chain. Huh? How is it possible? This is truly an unexpected turn of events. That's right. Since there's a fingerprint, that means someone climbed around the buckets. Regardless of how this person managed to solve the gas issue, the defendant is no longer the only suspect. Nah. Detective Sanford, stop keeping us in suspense. Whose fingerprint is it? I'm curious too. Whose fingerprint is it? I knew you'd be curious. Whose fingerprint? The answer is... I don't know either. Huh? What does it mean? Don't think about blaming the police. You really tried. But the fingerprint did not match any samples in the country's fingerprint database. We don't even know if this person is male or female. We can only assume the fingerprint is from an adult. Since there are no matching samples in the database, it means it doesn't belong to anyone involved in the case? Correct. As you should know, our country implemented a nationwide fingerprint registration system in 2014. Every citizen aged 16 and above has their fingerprints collected when obtaining identity documents. Even those who already had documents 10 years ago had to register their fingerprints again to reactivate them. This information is permanently stored and is not deleted even after death. I remember it. This not only saves police time but also addresses cases where criminals destroy their fingerprints post-crime. Would anyone really do that? The defendant in this case is a reclusive rural girl. Could the fingerprint be hers? Of course not. I wouldn't make such a careless mistake. While Annie Lemon is a rural girl, the police pay special attention to residents in those remote areas and often visit to collect their fingerprints. When Annie Lemon turned 16, the police happened to visit her village and record the fingerprints of all villagers. The fingerprint on the bucket chain is completely inconsistent with her record. In that case, the fingerprint doesn't belong to anyone I encountered during my investigation. Then the mystery of this case deepens even further. Anyway, at least we're off the hook today. Your Honor, at this point, we believe it's not important who the owner of the mysterious fingerprint is. What's important is that it's definitely proven the possibility of an intruder at the crime scene. Order. Order! The case has only been under trial for 1 day, yet there have already been many unexpected twists and turns. While the prosecution's evidence seems solid, the fresh possibilities presented by the defense cannot be ignored. In this case, it's impossible for the court to issue a verdict on the defendant today. How did the defendant enter the crime scene? Who was the figure that Nabuki saw? Whose fingerprints was found on the bucket chain? And what's the connection between this case and Sky Shield? These questions will be left for both sides to continue investigating. Today's proceedings will come to a close for now. Any further questions from both sides? No. Oh, whatever. Very well. I'll look forward to your performances. I didn't expect that the foxtail would be such a trouble spot. Seems like it was like this 5 years ago and it's now the same, and it's the same now. I hope you can resolve the case soon. Your Honor, what did you just say? I just said the foxtail was a trouble spot 5 years ago. Isn't it known to all? 5 years ago? Well. You couldn't possibly have forgotten, could you? It's the incident that happened when we first met after all. Wait a minute. Foxtail. I've been so focused on Annie's case I haven't paid attention to the name. Now that I think about it, the name sounds very familiar. Alright, let's not waste any more time. Court is adjourned for today. There's no way I could forget! What the hell was that? Calm down, he's dead. Yeah, I ain't calming down. What is this? Oh, come on, don't tell me this is actually a sequel of a game I didn't play. Oh, no. Calm down. He's dead. No, impossible. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. My son, Galaxy, is currently being held captive by a group of criminals in an underground facility, and I need your help. And the name of the facility is the Foxtail Mine. At that moment, It all came back to me. 5 years ago, the tragic case that shook the judicial world. The foxtail. It was the name of that case, and also the turning point of my life. How could I forget it? Why would Sky Shield choose to reappear in this place? Why would Annie be imprisoned for this? At that moment, I realized that everything has been predetermined. As the immense flow of information flashed across my mind, my consciousness became blurred. Time flies and the sands of time keep slipping away. 5 years is enough to turn the files on the office desks into a small mountain. It's also enough for some unpleasant memories to be sealed away under layers of dust. Just now, Luna suddenly fainted in the defense seat, and Prosecutor Ray rushed over. With her sister looking after her, my presence seems unnecessary. Well, now that I have some free time, it's time to tell our story from the past. Yes, I'm talking about incident number 761. It opened the Pandora's box and brought various misfortunes for us. No matter where I am, I will never forget anything that happened in that case. And that day also marks the first time I met the girl, Luna Ray. I'll deal with this next time. This seems like a mindfuck. Well, just when I thought things were okay, now it's throwing us lore. Well, not now, it's going to. I mean, I don't really have much to say about this case. I think a lot is to come next time, like next episode. That's when all the lore will come. We're going to next episode will be like the lore dump. Like they'll tell us about incident number 761, what happened, why it's important. And I think from there we'll know why Sky Shield, is involved. But for the first half of the case, yeah, I thought it was Mr. McConn's wife. Could be. Like, come on. Traditional housewife of a bajillionaire who's faithful and perfect. That's too good to be true. Could be the murderer. But it doesn't seem like that's the case, or maybe it is. Maybe it is still the case, I don't know. But we could also meet the murderer, like, on the next segment? I don't know. Anyway, I wonder if we'll see Nabuki next time. And I wonder if Stella Ray will get stronger because of her. I don't know. And I really hope that we get to play as Charlie Drake, To be honest, I wish more games did this, where you play as multiple lawyers. Again, it was there for a little in Tyrion Cuthbert, but it was done so little, too little. At least this game has one full case of it. but I want more of it, like alternate cases. Oh well. Okay, I think I need to elaborate on that a little. Okay, so you see how Charlie is uncovering, he handles this and that and all the business, and Luna handles everything else, miscellaneous. So how about the story structure goes that while Luna's investigating cases, she gets these pieces of information about case 761, while Charlie is directly investigating 761. So while Luna gets bits and pieces, Charlie gets main chunks. And then from there, the game merges it together as time goes on, pieces it together, then it all comes together. Or maybe that's exactly the case now, I don't know. But yeah, then it would have half Luna, half Charlie. I mean, yes, Charlie's not on the cover, only Luna, but still, it's pretty cool. I want more games to do this. Take notes. If you're watching this and is planning to make a game like this, take notes. Anyway, with that being said, thank you so much for watching my playthrough of Trials of Innocence. And if you like what you see, stay tuned and stay awesome. Good night.